By the barest of margins. Yes, by the barest of margins, India managed to screw it up yet again in an ICC tournament. And what do I have to say? I just can't believe this. Just when it seemed that the game was in India's hands, classic screw up. Classic screw up by the Indian girls there. But welcome back, everybody, to the Boundary Line podcast with Dillon and Sheldon. Heartbreak for all Indian fans around there as Australia clinched a close match there versus India in the first semi-final of the Women's T20 World Cup. Sheldon, I don't want to say anything right now because I'm a bit upset also. And just when I thought that, India is going to win this match, India looks the one that, who are going to beat Australia this time around. And they started so well, but I think I was just proven wrong again.
Dillon, it was crazy. It was a Women's World Cup, but it felt so familiar to the men's. And what a crazy game, first of all. And India pushed Australia so close. And you just felt maybe when that partnership was going on between Kaur and Jemimah that it could be, the partnership that takes them home. But so close, Dillon, so close.
Like the famous Ian Smith said, by the barest of margins, and just can't believe that it's happened again, to India, and heartbreak again, right? But we'll come to that in a bit, Sheldon. That's after Australia scoring 172 there, when set India up 173. India just falling short there by 5 runs, scoring 167 for 8. Harmanpreet Kaur, of course, the captain, scoring 52, and Jemimah Rodrigues played so well. She scored 43 there in just 24 balls. But Sheldon, talking about the Australian innings, I thought they were doing really well, for the first half. But then the second half, I think they played really amazingly well. And especially those last 2 overs, that was where the game shifted a bit also. And then Australia went into the dressing room feeling that, yes, we can win this.
Yeah, Dylan, that was also, I think, a key aspect. The fact that Australia had so many wickets in hand in the end. They only were 4 down by the end of the innings as well.
Yeah,
and it always felt like they had power in the end to make up, because in around 10-12 overs, it didn't look like Australia were that far ahead when they were batting, actually.
Yeah.
India was still in the game. They were bowling well. The only thing I thought, India's fielding was just not up to the mark today. I thought about 10-15 runs easily they led through, some drop catches as well.
2 drop catches, 2 important drop catches there, and both of them went on to make good scores there. And in the end, it's these games, right? It's these are the moments that you got to take, and we've seen that time and again happening. But then again, Mooney played really well. I thought for her 50, played really well, and of course Meg played so well. Was there right till the end, seeing the game off. And Australia also, they batted so well, but with the ball in hand also, I thought they bowled so well. Always kept India under check after Jemimah and Harmanpreet were playing, right? I thought they bowled really well after that.
Yeah, I think the start, especially once Australia got 3 early wickets, but I felt a gift of a run out again from India. Like, you can't afford to gift wickets away. And against Australia, especially, against anyone, it's tough to come back. But Australia, the champion team, which always finds a way. And you're right, especially after Jemimah and Harmanpreet got out, you just felt like everything shift, and suddenly 2 runs per over started happening and 3 runs per over, and the boundaries just dried up.
Yeah.
Like, after it seeming so easy and until that run out also, you know what it reminded me of, actually, a bit, not exactly similar, but that Dhoni run out in 2019. It just had a similar feel, like with just the heart sinking as well when that happened. It just had that similar feel, and you could even see in her reaction, she threw the bat away. And
she knew it. She knew it straight away that, the game was going to go to Australia at that moment. She knew it straight away. But coming back to the Australian innings there, that last over going for 18 runs, how crucial was that last over in the end? 2 full tosses in the last over. You can't do that, especially in a crunch game like this. 2 full tosses, that's like just gifting the team, right?
Yeah, and it's so important, as much as the 19 overs before that is important, to go into the dressing room feeling confident, maybe a 5-run over, a 10-run over, and the bowling side is much happier,
Yeah.
But it's just that momentum that shifted, and then Australia taking early wickets as well. It just feels like an extra lift like that for the Aussies. And that last over is just not up to the mark. And Australia needed a similar, I mean, India, sorry, needed a similar score in their last over.
Exactly.
But they didn't have the batters to do it as
Yeah.
well. So it just shows that little, margin of error there. And
It's
cricket
it's
is,
those it's those close moments, those crunch moments where then you gotta capitalize on them. But talking about India's bowling there, also I felt that they were just not up to the mark completely, and not one single bowler there was bowling. Not one single bowler bowled under an economy of 7.5. Everyone went for a minimum of 7.5 runs, and that's kind of big, right? In a T20.
yeah, and there was no passage of play also where India looked like they'll take many wickets, like
Yeah,
to stem the flow. And it
yeah.
always felt like the Australia batters could come in, take their time, get in, and then, just capitalize. And that was another issue. Like if you have a set batter, then in the end, it's always much easier to hit, right?
Yeah,
But rather, like you saw with India, for example, like when you don't have a set batter, it's always much tougher to hit. And
yeah.
that was the real key difference there.
Yeah, and just when you thought that, Jemimah was playing so well, she just kind of
Yeah.
plays that kind of a ramp thing, like, on top there. Not needed. Ball was way over her head, like, to try and play that, and she gets caught. But okay, the game was still in India's hand, because
Yeah.
they were ahead of the run rate at that moment there. And Harmanpreet, I thought if she had to stay there even for a few more overs, like, couple of overs more, and then the game would have gone India's way. You felt that, as she was batting, she was taking those ones and twos there, getting the odd four, like, and always kept moving. But after
Yeah.
she got out, you could see it on her face. Like, my question is, how did the bat get stuck like that? Like, how? And I just felt like even the way she ran for it, also I thought wasn't
Yeah.
up to the mark. She was just like casually jogging, and she thought it was going to be
Yeah.
comfortable and put her bat down at the last moment there, right?
Yeah, like I was gonna mention that as well. Like, okay, the bat can get stuck, that can happen, but she was walking towards it. She shouldn't have been in a position where she was that far outside for that to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Like, if she just ran normally, she wouldn't have to put a bat down. Also, she would have been that far. It was just too casual, and in a semi-final, and when it's so tight and the margins are so close, and it was such a gift of and two runouts still, two runouts
Two
in a
runners, yeah.
semi-final.
You can't afford that. And credit to Australia. I mean, I think it was Gardner who fielded that from there, and like she was so aware of the fact that this could be a chance. And then Healy doing the rest was so quick. She just got it and
Yeah.
was so quick. And yeah, that broke a lot of hearts there across India. Coming to India, the way they played, what do you think, Sheldon? I mean, would they be happy the way they've gone about this entire ICC tournament? Because I thought they started off well with Pakistan. That was a crunch game as well. Jemimah played so
Yeah.
well. After that, the win with Ireland was a bit close, I thought. Not the best you've seen from India, but yeah, it was a rain-it match. But other than that, I thought India did really well. But do you think they'll be happy, after this? The way they've done all throughout here so far.
It's tough. I think once you get into this position, you want to win. And
Yeah.
I know Australia's the best side and all, but they got into a position where I'm sure India felt this is our game. We can win it
Yes.
from here. And I think that'll be disappointing. I think for India, that'll be very disappointing that they could have beaten Australia. It
Yeah.
wasn't a thrashing, or it wasn't a
Yeah.
game, where Australia completely outplayed them. They were in the game for most of it. And you'd argue with 5 overs left, they were ahead of it as well. And I
Exactly.
think that hurts more. Like if they got smashed, they wouldn't feel as bad. Obviously, they'd feel bad, but getting smashed, whatever. But a close game, a game which you probably should have won there, that'll hurt more. And it's just
Ah,
heartbreak, though.
time and again, this just like happens to Indians everywhere, right? We are just shown that Australia is just the best team when it comes to this, right? Yeah, so close, yet so far. Another thing that I don't understand and I'm pissed off about right now is what's with India's top order and in all crunch games. I mean, we see it in the men's games happening, and now we've seen it in with the women as well, right? I mean, what the hell? Like Smriti Mandana, Yashtika, like what the hell's going on, right? These are the people you need when these crunch games, and they just failed. 15 runs between those three batters. 15 damn runs, man. And I
The
and I
top
guess
three.
and I guess that was where I thought India kind of like fell back also, right? Because you want a good opening start, right?
I think that's the worst thing as well, Will. Smriti Mandana, top scorer in the tournament, smacking it everywhere. And then it just always hurts more when it comes in a game where you're like, oh, come on, this is the game we need you most, Like you've done great, but can you just do it one more in this game? And then she gets on LBW early, and even Verma got out early as well. That didn't help. She looked good actually in the first over where they hit
Yeah,
10 runs.
yeah,
She actually looked good. And again, umpire's call, it was kind of unlucky. You can
yeah,
say kind of
yeah. It was
unlucky.
close.
And the run out, the number 3, right? Dill
Yastika,
got
yeah,
run out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yastika. I mean, that was just suicidal. She
That
hit it
was
straight to the
suicide.
fielder.
Yeah,
Like,
no point.
exactly.
Well,
Insane. But I think one thing India should take a positive out of though is that they came back from that.
yeah,
Very easily, they could have just given up from there and said, okay, you know what, Australia, great. Let them win from here. We'll just go home, sell it was a good tournament. But no, they fought.
they
And
fought.
that again will hurt more because you fought so hard to get back into the game and get ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Time and again, man. I'm just so annoyed also, because the
Yeah.
game was there for the win, I thought.
Yeah, and also Risha Ghosh, she had a superb tournament until today, and then she just couldn't get it off the square. And
Gifted.
and I think that didn't help Harmanpreet also. That the fact
Yeah,
that she almost had to do everything there,
yeah,
like because she's not getting support from the other end, and that put almost
yeah.
more pressure on her.
Yeah,
And
because I think the message would have been for her at least to be there till the end. Take the game
yeah,
deep and go. With one batter there right at the end, it would have been easy. Okay, even if Harmanpreet got out, yes, it happens. Unlucky
yeah,
sometimes, but like you said, Richard's had a fantastic games. She's played so well
yeah.
all throughout this season, and if she was just there right towards the end, you felt that yes, she could have done something. But credit to Australia, I would say, to just come back with what confidence they came back and didn't give up. Saving those runs in the field was brilliant, right?
Yeah, till they in another World Cup final. This is their
Seventh.
seventh in a row, I believe. Wow. I mean, that's just insane. Like we spoke about India and the missed opportunities, but this Australian side is pretty good. I mean, I think they're one of the great sports teams, like
Yeah,
of all time.
yeah,
What they've done over the past
for
decade or so
sure.
is just incredible. And you just see whoever comes into this team, they just all start clicking. They all apparently can bowl off spin, they can all bat.
Everyone can do
It's just
something. That's
yeah,
that's the dangerous part. But at least Australia beat India at something this year.
yeah, exactly.
So the Indians are not feeling too bad, I think. At
Yeah,
least
exactly.
hey,
They can have this
look
one
at
win, yeah.
yeah, you can have this, but hey, the Border Gavaskar trophy is still with us.
Yeah.
So that counts more. But anyhow, guys, there you have it. The Indian women's team losing by a close margin. Their 5 runs is all that it is. Again, by the barest of margins, India lost this game there, and Australia always were in the game and felt that they had a chance. So credit to them and good luck for them in the final. They'll be facing either England or South Africa, which is going to happen tomorrow. More on that in our next video. But thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, do hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And let us know in the comment section what you thought about the match and where did you think India lose the game. And also, if you have some fun ideas or cool ideas for our channel, do let us know as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you soon.